Hey there, Justice Egan here. Excited to be cutting this video for you because I have a chance right now to walk you through the new Mlsp sites platform, tell you what I'm so excited about. Also, you've probably seen some stuff out and about in the marketplace about sites. Just launched to the marketplace. Ray Higdon's got an unbelievable course that launched in the marketplace, a new version of the 3-Minute Expert with all kinds of amazing bonuses, and people actually get sites for a month for free. So I'll tell you a little bit more about that a little later on in this video. But what I really want to impart on you and show you here is how you can get a blog set up now through sites with just a couple clicks of the mouse. Really unbelievable. And the truth is I'm a little late to the party here with sites. I got beta access to it. I had access a little while back. And the way I looked at it is I said, hey, I already have a blog. Right? So while sites may not bring loads of value to me, I've had a blog up for years. It's going to bring loads of value to the marketplace, but I can't bring it to the marketplace yet. So, I kind of put it over on the side burner there and said, I'll get to it when I can bring it to the marketplace. I'll dive in and check it out. And, I got to tell you something. I didn't understand how valuable it was, right? I understood in theory what I'm about to show you and how valuable, it could be, but I really didn't understand the scope, the level at which Mlsp sites is going to change the game for marketers. And, I think to drive that home, I got to kind of tell you how I got started with blogging. And when I got started with the idea of internet marketing in general, I was sitting in a chair up at my father's house. I was 6 months in network marketing. I recruited one person, made a total of $98. And I was out of work at this moment with a back injury, right? I was sitting there kind of stuck in a chair, had a walker by my side, and I just had enough, right? My business wasn't going anywhere. My life wasn't going anywhere. And I said, I'm going to check this Mlsp thing out. The top recruiter in my company was in My Lead System Pro. The top income earner in my company was in My Lead System Pro, and a bunch of other leaders in my network marketing company at the time were in My Lead System Pro. So I found a credit card that had like a little bit of room on it so I could do the $10 trial, and I dove in so that I could learn how to market my business online, get more leads, get more sales, probably something that you could use in your business, right? So I dove in, saw what it was all about. I was blown away that somebody created something like this for something like me, and it was just a fraction of what it is now. Sites alone is like blows the value away compared to what it was when I got started, but it was still really, really an amazing platform. And my eyes were open to what we could do online. And the next day I got a phone call, and it was like my dream job, right? I'd been interviewing for this job for months, and it would have gotten me off my feet, so the back problem wasn't as much of an issue, would have gotten me great benefits, paid vacation, would have solved my financial problems. And I kind of was at this crossroads. It was like, do I pursue this internet thing, which I knew nothing about internet marketing, or do I go back to building someone else's dream? And I made arguably the most pivotal decision of my life at that moment, and I actually turned this job down. And that was it. I jumped. I had to learn how to market. I had made that commitment, and my experience right after that wasn't like what you would hope it would be. I remember looking around. I understood I had to model people, and everybody was blogging. And so I said, well, I've got to set up a blog. And the challenge here is that I didn't know a lot about computers. Right? So I step by step, it was like pulling teeth. I was like, okay, well, I've got to buy a domain. So I'd have to go to a site, buy a domain, and figure out how, what I had to do there, what I was looking for, right? And then I'd have to go get hosting. I found out I get hosting, so I went and got hosting. And, it's as easy as these steps are when you don't know the language and you don't know what you're looking for, and you're feeling like you don't want to make the wrong move. It's a tedious process. And then I found out I had to connect everything, right? I had to point name servers, and I didn't know what any of that stuff was. You may not know what any of that stuff is. And then I had to install WordPress. I'm calling, and I'm spending all this time on the phone with support. And, I'm getting frustrated because they're speaking a language that I don't understand, right? They're using words I don't understand, and they're speaking to me as if I should understand them. And I remember just thinking, can somebody please just treat me like a beginner who doesn't know all this stuff and help me get started. That's all I want, right? So I dove through YouTube videos, and I tried to figure all this stuff out, and piece by piece by piece, I managed to put it together, right? I finally had WordPress onto a domain, but it had no style, no themes, no anything. And I remember trying to post something and sitting there at home in front of my computer. And at the time, my girlfriend at the time was living with me, and she's watching me just in front of this computer, frustrated, trying to get a post up and trying to navigate the back end of WordPress. I mean, she actually asked me, like, what are you doing? Like you just seem frustrated. You're clicking back and forth to the same things. I was just looking over your shoulder, watching the computer screen. It's like you're not getting anywhere. And I said, well, I'm just trying to figure it out. And funny, I mean, real short but funny story is, I think I had at the time an 800 minutes plan on my Verizon, and there was some support number. I forget if it was hosting or what it was. It was some support number related to my website, getting my website built. And about 3 days into my plan, my month, I get this, I got this message that I had already used 75% of my minutes. And I thought, how the heck could I have used 75% of my minutes? And the way I had used 75% of my minutes was because I had spent so much time calling this non-toll-free number, this support number, and spending all that time on hold, right, with the music playing in the background just on speakerphone. So that's how much time I was putting into getting a blog up. Once I did, and I learned how to post, it looked terrible. My buddy Adam and I, we used in one of our challenges old pictures of our branding to encourage people to get going before everything looks so slick, before it looks so professional, to just get out there in the marketplace and produce content, because beginner marketers get so caught up, so hung up on, getting everything looking right, on getting all the pieces connected, that they never really get started. And it's for this reason that up until now, even though when I got started, everybody had a blog and I got a blog, and I just remember it taking me so long. Now, when people get started, I say, well, don't set up a blog right away, because I know they're just going to dive into this and they're just going to get lost, right? And yet on the flip side, am I really serving them? Because the reality is your blog is your hub. If you want to build a business online, you need, your hub, where this is where your brand exists. It's what you own. It's where people find out about you. It's where they find your offers. It's where you deliver value. It builds authority. There's so many different reasons why you need a blog. So it was like this thing where it was like, I didn't want people to get sucked in right off the bat and just get stuck in a bubble behind their computer for weeks or even months. But you really do need a blog if you want to build authority online, if you want to attract the right prospects, all that great stuff. And that kind of brings me to what we're here to talk about today, and that is why Mlsp Sites is so game-changing. And I remember the process I went through, and I'm going to put a picture up right now that shows you basically the couple of clicks that you have to do to get a blog set up, right? So you can skip the hosting, you can skip the support calls, you can skip the uploading of WordPress, you can skip all that stuff by just filling out these things and clicking that button, and then you have a blog. And once you do, right, the instructions from there are video by video. And where it's going to bring you is it's going to bring you into this screen that you see right here. Right, and this is what I think is so amazing. I had to go out and about, and I had to find all this stuff. I had to find all this information. I had to call support numbers. I had to look all over YouTube. I had to go in the back office and watch support videos with my hosting company and all those different activities. And everything that a person would need to learn, even a total beginner, is right back here. Right? So this is walking you through the dashboard of WordPress, walking you through how to add new posts, walking you through, how to set up pages, walking you through how to handle your media library, walking you through working with images, setting up the appearance, everything you could possibly need to know about getting a blog set up is right here in one place. But so, obviously we have the ease of getting set up, and then we have all the training and necessary information being in one place, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of why what I'm about to show you is so powerful. Now, in here, and I'm just going to click on this right here, these design walkthroughs, and you may know or not know what some of the terms I use are. like plugins and widgets and themes and all that great stuff. But I kept adding stuff to my website over time. Somebody would say you need this plugin, or you need this, you should use a paid theme, or you should have this feature on your website. And so I just kind of hodgepodge. I mean, I'd go buy a plugin and I'd add it, or I'd go, research something and I'd add it, and then I'd have to figure out how it all fits together. And what you'll see here is a couple of basic designs, right? Really, really great looking blogs, and I'll tell you I'll show you what they look like. Theme design walkthroughs. So you can view the demo site here, and this is what one of the demo sites looks like. And the best part is they're going to take you step by step through through every point and every click of getting a blog together that looks like this. Okay, now how professional, how slick does this look? Right? I mean, it really looks incredible. You've got everything in the footer here, right? Now these are like it takes, over here is widgets, right? So to put your Twitter feed in here, you've got to go out there and research what the best Twitter widget is, right? To put your Facebook page in here, you've got to go research how to do it, right? To put something up here, an opt-in box or of some sort, or to put different offers right here, you'd have to go research how to do this, and you'd have to get the right plugins or right widgets or have the right theme to make all this happen. And Mlsp has done all that for you, not necessarily by researching it themselves, but this is what's even better. They went to all their leaders that have blogs and they worked with them hands-on, and they said, what do you use? What are the plugins you use? What's your favorite theme? What works best for you? And they incorporated all that into Mlsp sites, so a user can not only get a blog set up like that with a couple clicks of a button, but they have years worth of research from people who, collectively that have earned millions and millions and millions of dollars through their blogs, years worth of research set and ready to go for you. I mean, how cool is that if you really think about it? How much does that make your life easier? So let's shut this one down. That was one example. We'll go over and view another example here. I mean, I'm just blown away by what they've created here. The fact that they take you step by step, how to set up the plugins, which plugins you need, and they're all in here already for you. You don't have to upload them or anything, right? Another one of the example setups here, again, really great looking. I can't tell you, I'm laughing when I look at this. I can't tell you how long it took me to figure out how to put an opt-in box on the side of my blog like this. And it didn't look like this. And I wondered how people were getting these really great looking opt-in boxes. And I remember putting social sharing one time on the side, and I had to watch this YouTube video where I was learning how to add the links and then grab the HTML code and then put the HTML code in hours upon hours just to get something that looked like it was designed by me. Okay, and I'm no designer, so I'm going to tell you right now, it didn't look good. And inside sites now, anybody who comes in here can follow the steps and have a blog set up that looks just like this. And I just think that is so game changing, considering what I went through. You see, there's another walkthrough right here. And then, okay, if we go back, and let me just go back here. If we go back to the documentation home, okay, such cool stuff. And I know that some of you may or may not understand what some of these things are, but for instance, SEO setup, right? There's a lot of things that you need in your blog to have the right settings, okay? So that your blog has the best chance of being found in the search engines. To this day, my blog, now I know, my personal blog doesn't have the right settings. How do I know that? Well, because inside Mlsp, all the leaders give back to the community, and our SEO go-to guy, I mean, literally one of the best in our industry, he did a huge training on what the settings should be like. And in here, he's got a training on how to set up your Yoast SEO plugin, which is already in here for you, by the way. But what I think is so cool is they actually made a lot of his settings your default settings. So now you come with a blog that has the settings all ready to go to be SEO ready, and be found by the search engines. Now put that in perspective, because me, as somebody who's had a blog for 4 years now, my settings still aren't right, and I didn't know now until Mlsp Sites gets launched. I mean, is that not amazing that a total beginner can come in here, have all the right settings, okay, have all the best plugins, have the best themes, not have to go deal with, pointing name servers and doing all this different stuff. Unless, of course, you want to map your own domain, you can put Mlsp sites on your own domain. Okay, I mean, compared to what else is out there in the way of blogging platforms, to be able to put MLSP sites on your own domain, okay, and still integrate all the cool other MLSP features, there's nothing else out there that does this. I mean, there is nothing else in the marketplace that does this. And I'm just going to walk you through real fast. I'm going to take you inside my dashboard for those of you who are familiar with WordPress. And for those of you who aren't, just by all means, just follow along here. All right, here we are inside the dashboard. And you'll see down here, first of all, this works on the Genesis framework, which I'll talk about in just a moment so you understand the pricing and the value structure in here. In appearance, if we go into themes here, you'll see that they asked all the leaders inside the My Lead System Pro community what they use, and they've loaded a bunch of unbelievable themes. Now, make note of a couple of these because I did some research on these, Divi and Flex Pro theme here and a couple others. But, as you go through here, you've got all these different theme options to start with as the framework of your website. Now, this Divi apparently is the most customizable. I mean, just totally flexible. You can do whatever you want with this theme. Now, I have a paid theme on my website, and it's similar to Divi, probably not as customizable. But then if we go in here, we go to plugins. Now, I had to go out there, research. I had to add a lot of them. I had to pay for all the plugins in my website. And again, go right to the leaders and ask them, hey, what plugins are you using? What are the best plugins for all these different features on your blog? And they went out there, and MLSP paid loads and loads of money to get like heavy duty developer rights. I mean, beyond just straight developer rights, right? To put these plugins inside here, access so that everybody can have access to them. When you set up your site, all these plugins are loaded, and there are step-by-step instructions on how to activate them and how to set them up, okay? I mean, this is, I can't even explain to you, how exciting this is for a new person. And, I want to walk you through a few things here. First of all, I have hosting. Obviously, hosting costs me money every single month. I've been through loads of different hosting companies, and they're really most of them stink, right? I finally found one that I really like. But my blog is slow, right? It's slow because I don't have the best hosting. It's slow because I've got plugins that don't agree with each other. It's slow because I did it all myself, getting when I was putting it together, right? It's slow because it wasn't pre-done for me like this by professionals. But right now, the hosting that you get, that any member gets, that has MLSP sites, that comes in here and sets their site up, is comparable to $500 a month hosting. I watched on a webinar the other night, Ray Higdon kind of laughed. He says, I pay $500 a month for hosting, and you guys are providing as good a product as what I have. And, literally, this is going to the most complicated sites website, right, with the most information and plugins and all that different stuff, is going to load 90% faster than other sites on the web. That is super, super powerful. And security, they've taken care of everything from a security standpoint. So my blog got hacked, cost me hundreds of dollars. I think it cost me $300 or $400 to get somebody to clean out all the malicious code. It was down for like 2 to 3 weeks, right? There are still things that are wrong with it since the time it got hacked. And MLSP is taking care of all the security measures, right? I didn't have the right security measures. Now, I went out there and just did some quick research so you can understand what's in here. The Genesis framework alone, which is what all these themes function on, you got to pay $60 for the Genesis theme work. Just a couple of themes. I went and researched those two themes, Divi and Flex Pro, real quickly online, and Divi costs $69, Flex Pro costs $79. Right? Then I grabbed a couple of the plugins that I thought were cool. Opt-in Monster, really cool plugin, right? Lets you put all different kinds of opt-in boxes and pop-ups and all these different things on your blog to collect more leads for your business. $197 a year, right? Pop-Up Pro, which is in here, $19 a month. Pretty Link Pro, which I use like crazy, $37. The Monarch social sharing plugin, $89, right? Plus, all the free themes and plugins that are in here have already been researched and used by top marketers. So I want you to think about this. This is so that you can understand what I now understand. And I'm thinking about moving my site over to Sites, believe it or not. That's how powerful just the hosting alone, plus all these features are for me and my business. But if I want you to think about how daunting the idea of marketing online is. You know, maybe you've looked at the idea. You want to generate leads online. You want to leverage the internet to build your business. You know, get leads, build a list, make sales, create multiple streams of income, all that stuff. I understand how daunting it was because it was that daunting for me. You know, you don't have to be intimidated by it anymore when it comes to building your blog. And what we have here in value is worth more than the MLSP Mastery membership alone, and nothing in what people get with MLSP. The training on how to drive traffic from all different, you know, what's working now stuff. I mean, every leader contributes back, everything from Instagram to Facebook to blogging to paid traffic to everything you could think of. The training's inside, right? The ability to sell 100% profit products, all these different wonderful aspects of MLSP, the ongoing training, the morning wake-up calls, the community. It's unbelievable. I understand that, you know, I've always said MLSP has been around for 8 years. That's like 80 years in internet dog years, right? These systems come and go. But this is not just, I mean, this is not just a new promotion. This is a new world for MLSP, and it's going to change the way marketers do business online. It's going to put everything under one roof. I mean, the CRM, which I've really started to use to do really incredible follow-up with my people. You know what I do with my people with the CRM? I call leads. Right, and if I don't get them, I have an immediate email I push out in the CRM that lets them know I left them a voice message. Right, if I get a lead that doesn't have a phone number, you can push out an email that says, "Hey, I'm a real person." Right, then we've got the funnelizer where you build your funnels, your capture pages, and it all now integrates with your blog in MLSP sites. So we're going to save people weeks, months, for some people even years. Okay, this is going to save people. And not just hundreds of dollars here on hosting and plugins and themes, but it's going to make them money. It's going to save them time. And it's really going to create loads more success stories than have been created in our industry before, you know, when it comes to getting out there online and building your business. Because I just watch too many people. They get after it for a few months and they just get stuck behind their computer. And one of the biggest places they would get stuck is here. And now MLSP Sites solves that for everybody. And that's what's got me so excited. That's why I'm so excited to share this with you. You know, for some of you, I know it made more sense than others. But just believe me when I tell you, I going through this, reflecting on the time that I spent, it's just kind of mind-blowing, you know, what these guys, you know, over at MLSP have done, because that's what we do as entrepreneurs, right? We see a problem in a marketplace and we provide a solution. And this is hands down, second to none, the best solution that's been provided for people that want to grow their business online, like you, most likely, because you're watching this. And I highly recommend that you check it out. I mean, take the trial of MLSP, get inside. Actually, I mean, there's an incredible opportunity to get a 30-day free trial of this, and I'll leave that information for you right now. That's by grabbing Ray Higdon's 3-Minute Expert course. And I've been through the 3-Minute Expert course. When it first came out, when Ray put the first edition of it out, I labeled it the most valuable course I'd ever seen. Right? I thought it was amazing. Ray's a multiple 7-figure blogger. He's got a $4 million plus a year business, and he's done a lot of that through blogging. I mean, he was the #1 income earner in a network marketing company. And this training takes you through everything you would ever need to know about blogging, about mindset, about content creation, about marketing in general. I mean, it's really that robust. And now he's come out with what we call the Attraction Marketing Edition, with all these unbelievable bonuses attached, you know, that have been thrown in. And one of those bonuses is 30 days free of My Lead System Pro sites. Now, as attractive as that probably sounds, I want you to understand that he's selling this course for $200 less than the original 3-Minute Expert sells for on his website. So it sells for $497 on his website. It sells for $297 now. Plus you get the 30-day free trial of sites. Plus you get all the extra bonuses that have been added in, which I'll give you a link so you can get the details on that if it's something that interests you. But really, I mean, it's just like this wave of value right now, this incredible offer. And if you're serious about building your business online, I just can't imagine that this wouldn't be the best step for you to take. You know, I mean, there's even a 3-payment option, so people can get started for as little as like $100 and change. and you can get in here, you can get a blog set up, you can, and you can dive in and learn from one of the best bloggers in our industry how to turn that into leads and sales for your business. So I'm going to leave a link below this video where you can watch the replay that we did the other night in MLSP, where where Ray trained on blogging. Unbelievable training. I mean, the training inspired me. Just watching the training alone is worth your time. But then he's going to break down all the details of what's in the 3-Minute Expert course. And I got to tell you something. This is the course you should get. And obviously I promote a lot of things. You know that. You see me promote different things out there, and there's a lot of valuable things in the marketplace. And I'm very particular about what I go out there and promote. There's only a few people that I promote. There's only a few courses that I promote. This is the best offer that's been made in my 4 years in the industry here. To get Ray's 3-Minute Expert with all the bonuses and with 30 days of sites. It's literally the best course to officially launch, or if you're not getting the results you want, to relaunch your business into the marketplace. So I'm going to leave a link. Definitely check it out. And one last piece of information to sweeten the pot a little bit. I decided yesterday I'm going to throw in my Colorado Mastermind recordings as a bonus, and that is recordings of a 3-day mastermind that my buddy Adam Chandler and I held out in Colorado. Covers mindset, business building, copywriting, lead gen, all this different stuff. I mean, we really just poured our heart and souls into this event, and people paid $3,500 plus travel to come out to this event. We paid a videographer to come out and tape the whole thing, and basically he edited the videos up. Finally have them housed in my membership site as a product. Incredible value, and I'm going to throw that in for free as another bonus for those that pick up the 3-Minute Expert, because I believe in it so much. And if you're on the fence, watch the webinar that I leave below this video. But if you're on the fence, I mean, I just want to throw something in there that'll just push you over the fence and make it a total no-brainer, because this could be the turning point in your business, like it was when I joined MLSP and made a big decision that day, and turned it really, that decision that day changed my life. I mean, it changed the direction of my life. So I encourage you to, at the very least, watch the webinar. I hope this gets you excited for those of you who want to build a presence online, but maybe we're a little intimidated by what it's going to take to build a blog, to start learning how to drive traffic, all those different things. Now, between the training in MLSP, between 3-Minute Expert, and between the way sites has changed blogging for the everyday marketer, there's really nothing stopping you from going out there and creating the life and business that you want. So go down, click that link. Super excited to see you on the inside, and I'll talk to you very soon.